Hey everyone, welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Also consider joining my Patreon page for some cool perks. I'll leave a link in the description. Richard Paul Evans once said, "The more I study history, the more I realize how little mankind has changed." Speaking of history, it's time to unlock some secrets from the past on music history. Throughout each episode of Music History, I will tell you about some interesting music events that have happened today, June 23rd. It would take too long to explain everything that happened today, so I trimmed the list down to 10 essential events. I put them in chronological order. Let's begin. First, on this day in 1941, Robert Hunter, who contributed some great lyrics to the group The Grateful Dead, drew his first breath. On this day in 1962, Sonic Youth's spectacular drummer Steve Shelley was born. Happy birthday, Steve! On this day in 1965, the outstanding guitarist of Oasis, Paul Arthurs / Bonehead, entered the world. Happy birthday, man! On this day in 1972, Smokey Robinson decided to split from the Miracles following one final Washington show and pursue a career as a solo artist instead. Meanwhile, the Miracles carried on as Billy Griffin filled the vacated singing spot. To help you grasp the enormity of his departure, when Smokey Robinson was with the Miracles, they racked up 27 Billboard Top 40 hits. After he flew the coop, they only managed to get 2 more. On this day in 1975, Alice Cooper took a tumble while on stage in Vancouver, Canada, and shattered 6 of his ribs. Alice's serious injury left him with no other choice but to cancel the remainder of his tour dates. On this day in 1976, ex-Beatle Paul McCartney played his final show of his Wings Over America tour at the Forum located in Los Angeles. Then, Paul pushed the pause button. He wouldn't resume touring again until 1989. On this day in 1979, the Charlie Daniels Band released the demented, diabolical track, "The Devil Went Down to Georgia." Korn, Primus, and Nickelback have all attempted to create covers of their own, but I doubt any version will ever top the original. On this day in 1990, a beautiful acoustic guitar used by Buddy Holly himself sold at an auction for approximately $237,000. Gary Busey, the same guy who played Holly in the biographical film The Buddy Holly Story, was the one who bought the guitar. Who could possibly deserve it more than him? On this day in 2010, the Kinks' precious bassist named Pete Quaife passed away at age 66. Rest in peace, Pete. Last but not least, on this day in 2015, James Horner, a man who wrote many magnificent music scores heard during various classic movies like Titanic, Avatar, Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and Star Trek, passed away when he was 61 years old. Rest in peace, James. Well, that's it. What's your favorite thing that took place on June 23rd? Let me know in the comments. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my supporters on Patreon, Matt and Stacy from Canada. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.